Have you ever wondered why some women seem to hold a kind of unshakable power, effortlessly drawing men toward them without uttering a single word? Is it their looks? Their charm? Or something deeper? Something you can't quite put your finger on but can't seem to resist? You might have looked at them and thought, what's their secret? Why can't I be like that? Here's the truth. Being irresistible isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's not about perfection or playing a role. It's about embodying certain traits, powerful, timeless, and deeply magnetic, that make a man unable to take his eyes, his thoughts, and his heart off you. And the best part, you don't need to be born with them. You already have the seeds of these traits within you, waiting to be nurtured and unleashed. But here's where most women go wrong. They chase superficial fixes, learning how to flirt, changing their appearance, or playing games, all while ignoring the profound inequalities that truly captivate a man. These quick tricks might catch his attention for a fleeting moment, but they won't keep it. The secret lies in something far deeper and more transformative, aligning your personality with traits that ignite his admiration, respect, and desire. Today, we're diving into 11 powerful traits that don't just attract him. They create a connection so strong, he'll find himself drawn to you like a moth to a flame. These aren't mere personality tips, they're life-changing virtues rooted in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and the alluring principles of Dark Stoic Psychology. Imagine becoming the woman he dreams of and admires simply by embracing these qualities. Do you think you have what it takes? Let's uncover these traits one by one. By the time we reach the last, you'll see yourself in an entirely new light. Stay with me until the end because each trait builds upon the last, creating an irresistible symphony of attraction you won't want to miss. 1. Authenticity, the power of being real. What does it truly mean to be authentic? Let's start with this. Have you ever met someone who made you feel like you could let your guard down, be yourself, and simply exist without fear of judgment? That's the power of authenticity. It's not just about being honest with others, it's about being unflinchingly true to yourself. And when a woman embodies this trait, it's intoxicating. Authenticity is a rare gem in a world where so many are playing roles. Think about it. How many times have you felt the pressure to be someone else? To smile when you don't feel like it? To say the right thing, just to avoid conflict? It's exhausting, isn't it? But when you strip all of that away and embrace who you truly are, flaws, quirks, and all, you become magnetic. Why? Because men are drawn to women who are real. When you're authentic, you send a clear signal. I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to show it. This level of confidence is mesmerizing. Men want to peel back the layers of your mind and heart, eager to discover more of your unfiltered truth. It's the kind of attraction that goes beyond physical beauty, it's soul deep. But authenticity isn't just about speaking your mind or sharing your thoughts. It's about consistency. It's about showing up as the same person in every situation. Can he trust that you'll be the same woman whether you're in a crowded room or alone with him? That kind of reliability builds trust, and trust is the foundation of all attraction. Look at figures like Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher. His authenticity wasn't just in his words but in his actions. He lived by his principles no matter the cost. Similarly, men are drawn to women who live with integrity. It shows strength, courage, and an unshakable sense of self. You might be wondering, but what if I'm too emotional? What if I'm afraid of rejection? Here's the beauty of authenticity. It doesn't mean you never falter. It means you embrace your emotions without letting them control you. It means you face rejection with grace, knowing it doesn't define your worth. This is where Dark Stoic Psychology comes into play. By mastering your inner world and embracing your true self, you project a powerful presence that's impossible to ignore. Authenticity is also deeply attractive because it creates a safe space. When you're real, you encourage him to drop his own masks. You invite vulnerability, honesty, and intimacy into your relationship. He doesn't have to guess your intentions or wonder if you're playing games. He can relax, knowing he's with someone who is unapologetically herself. So, how do you cultivate this trait? Start by asking yourself some hard questions. What parts of myself am I hiding? Where am I pretending to be something I'm not? Once you identify these areas, challenge yourself to show up more authentically. Share your thoughts, even when they feel scary. Be honest about your boundaries. And most importantly, don't apologize for being you. Remember, authenticity isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. And real is what he'll fall for. If this resonates with you, get ready, because the next trait will reveal how to connect with him on an even deeper emotional level. Want to discover more? Let's keep going. 2. Empathy. Understanding his world. Have you ever been around someone who just gets you? They don't just listen, they feel what you're saying. They know when something's wrong, even when you haven't said a word. They offer support, not out of obligation, but because they genuinely care. That's empathy, one of the most magnetic traits you can possess. And when you bring this into your connection with him, it's transformative. Empathy is more than just nodding and saying, "I understand." It's about stepping into his shoes, seeing the world through his eyes, and feeling his emotions alongside him. Imagine the kind of connection this creates. The way it shows him that you're not just a partner but someone who truly values his inner world. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions and superficial connections are everywhere, empathy stands out like a beacon of light. Think about it. When he comes home from a tough day and doesn't even know how to put his feelings into words, your ability to sense his mood without pressuring him to explain is what makes you irresistible. You're not just hearing him, you're understanding him. And that kind of emotional intelligence creates a bond he can't find anywhere else. But let's be clear, empathy isn't about losing yourself in someone else's emotions or taking on their burdens. This is where Stoicism can guide you. Stoic principles teach us to maintain our inner balance while understanding others. You can be empathetic without being overwhelmed. It's about holding space for him while staying rooted in your own strength. Here's a powerful way to practice empathy. Next time he opens up about something, resist the urge to immediately give advice or fix the problem. Instead, pause and ask yourself, what does he need most right now? Sometimes it's a solution, but more often, it's simply validation. Saying, "That sounds really tough. I can see why you'd feel that way," can be far more comforting than, "Here's what you should do." Empathy also requires patience. There will be times when he's not ready to talk or when his emotions seem distant or complicated. That's okay. Your willingness to be there, even in silence, speaks volumes. It tells him that he doesn't have to perform or explain himself with you. You'll accept him as he is. Think of the friend who always knows just the right thing to say, or the mentor who makes you feel seen. Those people stay in your heart because they offer a rare gift: the ability to truly connect. Now imagine being that person for him. It's no wonder empathy is one of the most magnetic traits you can have. Here's a question for you. Do you think you're an empathetic person? If you're unsure, start small. In your next conversation, focus entirely on the other person. Listen not just to their words, but to their tone, their body language, and the emotions beneath their story. Practice setting aside your own judgments or distractions and truly tuning in. Men are often taught to hide their feelings, to be strong and stoic in their own way. By showing him empathy, you become a rare and precious presence in his life, a woman who doesn't just see his surface but cherishes the depth of who he is. This makes you unforgettable. Now, if you're enjoying this journey of self-discovery, and learning about these powerful traits, let's take a moment to connect. Hit that like button and leave a comment below saying number 1 if you're loving this video so far. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you never miss another tip that could transform your relationships and your life. We've explored authenticity and empathy so far, but there's so much more to uncover. Are you ready to learn how to bring laughter and joy into his life in a way that makes him crave your presence? Stay with me. What's coming next is a game changer. 3. Thoughtful and considerate. Showing you care. Have you ever heard the saying, "It's the little things that matter most"? When it comes to building a connection that's not only strong but irresistible, thoughtfulness and consideration are your secret weapons. These qualities are subtle, yet they leave an unforgettable impression on his heart. Thoughtfulness isn't about grand gestures or over-the-top displays of affection. It's about the everyday moments where you show him that you've been paying attention. Maybe you remember his favorite coffee order and surprise him with it when he's having a busy day. Maybe you notice when he's feeling overwhelmed and encourage him to take a break or let him know you're there if he needs to talk. It's these small acts of kindness that make him feel seen, valued, and deeply appreciated. I think about a time when someone went out of their way for you. Not because they had to, but because they genuinely cared. How did that make you feel? Thoughtful actions spark an emotional response that words often can't reach. When you're considerate of his needs, his dreams, and even his unspoken feelings, you create a space of comfort and connection that he'll crave to be in. But here's the key. Thoughtfulness isn't one-sided. It's not about being overly accommodating or losing yourself in his world. True thoughtfulness comes from a place of balance, where you care for him while also maintaining your own boundaries and needs. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism shines through, by focusing on what you can control, your actions and intentions, and letting go of what you can't, his reactions. You remain grounded and authentic in your thoughtfulness. Consider this. When you take the time to understand what makes him happy, what stresses him out, or what fuels his passion, you're not just building a connection, you're deepening it. You're telling him through actions rather than words, "I see you. I care about you. You matter to me." That message is incredibly powerful, and it's one that lingers in his mind long after the moment has passed. Being considerate also means respecting his individuality. Maybe he needs space to recharge, or maybe he values quiet moments over constant activity. Thoughtfulness is about tuning into these preferences and honoring them without judgment. It's about recognizing that your efforts to show care aren't about what you think he needs, but about what will genuinely resonate with him. Imagine this. He's been working late nights on a project that's clearly wearing him down. Instead of simply telling him to rest, you prepare a small care package, his favorite snacks, a handwritten note, and maybe a playlist of songs you know he loves. It's not about the material things, it's about the thought and effort you put into brightening his day. What makes thoughtfulness so magnetic is its ability to transform ordinary moments into meaningful ones. It's the way you light up his day without him even realizing how much he needed it. It's how you inspire him to show the same care and attention in return, creating a dynamic of mutual respect and love. Men, just like women, want to feel valued. They want to feel like their happiness matters to someone. When you consistently show up with small but meaningful gestures, you tap into this desire in a way that feels natural and genuine. He'll start associating you with warmth, comfort, and support, things he may not even realize he was longing for until he experienced them with you. But let's not forget that being thoughtful isn't just about actions, it's also about your words. A simple, "I noticed how hard you've been working lately, and I'm proud of you," can mean the world to him. Compliments that acknowledge his effort, his character, or his growth show that you're paying attention to more than just the surface. So, what's the lesson here? Thoughtfulness doesn't require extravagant efforts. It's about being present, observant, and intentional in your actions. It's about creating moments that remind him of your care and attention, making your presence not just desired but cherished. As we continue exploring these traits, remember that the journey to becoming magnetic isn't about changing who you are. It's about uncovering and amplifying the qualities that already make you extraordinary. And thoughtfulness. It's one of the most beautiful ways to show him your heart. Are you ready to dive into a trait that will light up his world and keep him smiling every time he thinks of you? Let's explore the next quality that will make you completely unforgettable. 4. Healthy optimism. The silver lining effect. Picture this. You're with someone who seems to carry a quiet glow, even on the toughest days. When challenges arise, they don't crumble or complain endlessly. Instead, they acknowledge the difficulty, but somehow, they also find a way to focus on what's still good, on what can be learned, and on how things can get better. This is the essence of healthy optimism, and it's magnetic. Healthy optimism isn't about being blindly cheerful or pretending everything is fine when it's not. That kind of forced positivity can feel inauthentic and even off-putting. Instead, healthy optimism is about having a grounded and balanced perspective. It's the ability to face life's inevitable ups and downs with grace, resilience, and a hopeful outlook that inspires those around you. When you embody healthy optimism, you become a source of light and strength in his life. Men, whether they admit it or not, often carry unspoken burdens. They're conditioned to appear strong, to hide their struggles, and to push forward without complaint. When you approach challenges with optimism, you show him a different way to navigate life, a way that acknowledges the struggle but refuses to be consumed by it. Imagine this scenario. He's venting about a difficult situation at work, feeling stuck and defeated. Instead of adding to the negativity or brushing it off with a hollow "it'll be fine," you listen fully. Then, with a calm and positive tone, you point out his strengths, remind him of past victories, and help him see the possibilities ahead. That kind of optimism doesn't just make him feel better, it makes him feel empowered. The power of healthy optimism lies in its authenticity. It's not about ignoring pain or glossing over reality. It's about choosing to see the silver lining while still respecting the storm. This balance is what makes it feel genuine and impactful. You're not dismissing his struggles, you're showing him that even in the darkest moments there's a way forward. This perspective is deeply rooted in the principles of Stoicism. Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot, cultivating a sense of inner peace regardless of external circumstances. When you practice healthy optimism, you embody this Stoic mindset. You're not swayed by the chaos around you. Instead, you remain centered and hopeful. This steadiness becomes a source of comfort and inspiration for him. Healthy optimism also fosters a contagious energy. When you choose to focus on the positive, you naturally uplift those around you. Think of how a simple "we'll figure this out together" can completely shift the mood in a challenging situation. Your belief in brighter days ahead encourages him to adopt the same mindset, strengthening your bond in the process. But optimism isn't just about how you handle challenges, it's also about how you celebrate life. When you radiate joy in the little moments, laughing at an unexpected joke, savoring a delicious meal, or simply being present in his company, you remind him of the beauty in the everyday. This kind of energy is magnetic because it's rare. In a world where many are consumed by stress and negativity, your ability to find joy and gratitude makes you stand out. Being optimistic doesn't mean you never feel sadness, frustration, or doubt. It means you don't let those emotions define you. You acknowledge them, process them, and then choose to move forward with hope. This resilience is incredibly attractive because it shows him that you're not just someone who survives, you thrive. Healthy optimism also fosters trust. When he sees that you approach life with a balanced and hopeful perspective, he feels safe sharing his vulnerabilities with you. He knows you won't dismiss his struggles, but you also won't let him sink into despair. Your optimism becomes a grounding force in his life, a reminder that no matter what happens, you'll face it together. So, how can you cultivate this trait? Start by practicing gratitude. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what's going well, no matter how small. When challenges arise, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What opportunities does this present? These habits train your mind to seek the positive without denying the reality of the situation. Ultimately, healthy optimism isn't just about attracting him, it's about creating a fulfilling life for yourself. When you embody this quality, you become a woman who not only survives life's storms but dances in the rain. And that kind of spirit? It's unforgettable. As we move forward, let's dive into a quality that brings an irresistible warmth to your connection, one that makes him feel like you truly understand and value his deepest self. This next trait is the cornerstone of emotional intimacy and trust. Let's uncover it together. 5. Empathy. Understanding his world. Have you ever noticed how rare it is to feel truly understood? To have someone not just hear your words but genuinely feel the emotions behind them? When you master the art of empathy, you create a connection so powerful that it leaves an indelible mark on his heart. Empathy isn't just a skill, it's a superpower. It's one of the most magnetic traits you can possess, because it shows him that with you, he can be his most vulnerable self. Empathy means stepping into his world and seeing life through his eyes. It's about listening, not to respond, but to understand. Imagine the impact of being the person who can pick up on what he's feeling, even when he hasn't said a word. Maybe he's had a tough day and is quieter than usual. Instead of pressing him to explain, you sit with him in comfortable silence, offering your presence as reassurance. That quiet understanding can speak louder than any words. But empathy goes beyond just noticing his emotions. It's about validating them. When he opens up about his fears, frustrations, or insecurities, empathy allows you to acknowledge his feelings without judgment. A simple, "I can see how that would feel overwhelming," can make him feel seen and understood in a way that's rare and precious. Here's the thing. Empathy isn't about solving his problems. It's about walking alongside him as he faces them. This distinction is crucial because men are often wired to want to fix things themselves. By showing empathy, you let him know that you're there to support him without taking away his sense of agency. This balance makes your connection stronger and deeper. Empathy also requires vulnerability. It's about sharing your emotions and experiences in a way that invites him to do the same. When you open up about your struggles or share a story that mirrors his feelings, you create a bridge between your worlds. This mutual understanding fosters a sense of trust that makes him feel safe in your presence. Think about a time when someone showed you genuine empathy. How did it make you feel? Likely it gave you a sense of relief, comfort, and connection. When you offer this to him, you create a space where he feels like he can let down his guard. And for a man, this is a rare and treasured experience. Empathy also enhances your ability to navigate conflicts. Instead of jumping to conclusions or reacting impulsively, you pause to consider his perspective. This doesn't mean you agree with everything he says, but it shows him that his feelings matter to you. Imagine how disarming it is to hear, "I understand why you feel that way," during a heated moment. That kind of response diffuses tension and brings you closer. And here's the beauty of empathy. It's a trait that deepens over time. The more you practice it, the more intuitive it becomes. You'll start to notice the subtle shifts in his tone, the unspoken worries behind his words, and the moments when he needs support the most. This attentiveness is magnetic because it shows him that you're invested in who he is, not just on the surface, but at his core. So how can you cultivate empathy? Start by being fully present. Put away distractions during your conversations and give him your undivided attention. Ask open-ended questions like, "How did that make you feel?" Or "What's been on your mind lately?" Most importantly, listen without interrupting or trying to fix things. Let him know you're there to understand, not to judge. Empathy is more than a tool for attraction, it's a foundation for lasting intimacy. It shows him that you're not just a partner, but a confidante, someone he can turn to no matter what life throws at him. With you, he'll feel valued, respected, and truly seen. If you're finding value in these insights and are excited about becoming the most magnetic version of yourself, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below saying number 1. Your engagement helps us continue creating content that empowers you to unlock your fullest potential. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so you never miss another step in your journey to irresistible attraction. We've explored authenticity, thoughtfulness, and empathy so far, but the next trait, it's the one that will bring laughter, joy, and an effortless spark to every interaction. Let's uncover it together. 6. Sincerity and honesty. Building trust. Imagine a connection built on a foundation so strong, so unshakable, that no doubt or insecurity could ever undermine it. That's the kind of bond sincerity and honesty create. In a world full of half-truths and filtered versions of reality, these traits shine like beacons of authenticity, pulling him toward you with an irresistible force. Honesty is often misunderstood as simply not lying, but it's so much more than that. True sincerity means showing up as your genuine self and expressing your thoughts and feelings with clarity and kindness. It's about being upfront, even when the truth feels uncomfortable, because you value the connection more than temporary ease. Think about this. When a man senses that you're sincere, he doesn't have to second-guess your intentions. There's no need for him to decipher hidden meanings or wonder if you're saying one thing but thinking another. This transparency is refreshing, and it sets you apart from anyone who might play games or manipulate. Sincerity also involves being honest about your boundaries and expectations. It's not about always saying what he wants to hear. It's about expressing your needs and desires in a way that invites collaboration rather than conflict. For example, if something is bothering you, instead of brushing it aside, you might say, "This is important to me, and I'd love for us to talk about it." This approach not only builds trust, but also deepens your emotional connection. But honesty doesn't mean being harsh or overly blunt. The way you deliver the truth matters just as much as the truth itself. When you speak with compassion, even difficult conversations can become opportunities for growth and understanding. This balance between honesty and empathy is a hallmark of a magnetic personality. It shows him that you care enough to be real, but also kind enough to consider his feelings. The most magnetic women understand that honesty extends beyond their words. It's about aligning your actions with your values. If you say you prioritize kindness, your behavior reflects that. If you express a desire for mutual respect, you demonstrate it in the way you interact. This consistency between what you say and what you do is what builds unwavering trust. Take a moment to reflect. How often do you hold back your thoughts out of fear of rejection or judgment? How often do you say what's expected instead of what's true to your heart? When you let go of these fears and embrace sincerity, you free yourself to create deeper, more meaningful connections. Sincerity also invites him to be honest with you. When he sees that you're open and authentic, he feels safe enough to drop his guard and share his true self. This mutual vulnerability is what transforms a good connection into a great one. You become not just a partner but a confidante, someone he trusts implicitly. The Stoic philosophy beautifully ties into this idea. Stoicism teaches us the importance of integrity, living in alignment with our principles and values. When you embody sincerity and honesty, you're practicing this timeless wisdom. You're showing him that you value authenticity, not just as an idea but as a way of life. Sincerity also creates space for forgiveness and understanding. Let's face it, none of us are perfect. There will be moments when you or he will make mistakes, but honesty allows you to address those moments with grace. A heartfelt apology, paired with the willingness to make things right, can strengthen your bond rather than weaken it. When you think about what makes someone truly unforgettable, isn't it often their honesty? The way they spoke from the heart, even when it wasn't easy. The way their actions mirrored their words. This is the power of sincerity. It's not flashy or dramatic, but it leaves an impression that lingers long after the moment has passed. So, how can you cultivate this trait? Start by being honest with yourself. What do you truly want in a relationship? What values matter most to you? When you're clear about these answers, it becomes easier to bring sincerity into your interactions with him. Remember, sincerity and honesty aren't about perfection. They're about consistency, integrity, and a willingness to show up as your authentic self. And when you do, you create a connection that's not only strong but enduring, one that he'll treasure for a lifetime. As we move forward, let's explore a trait that adds a spark of joy and playfulness to your dynamic, making every moment with you feel like pure magic. It's time to dive into the next step of your magnetic transformation. 7. Strong self-confidence, a trait he can't ignore. There's something undeniably captivating about a woman who walks into a room with an air of quiet confidence. She doesn't need to announce her presence or demand attention. She simply exudes it. Self-confidence is one of the most magnetic traits you can cultivate, not because it screams for validation, but because it subtly whispers, "I know my worth." Self-confidence doesn't mean you never have doubts or insecurities. It's not about perfection. It's about how you carry yourself, even in moments of uncertainty. It's the belief that you are enough, just as you are, and that your value isn't determined by anyone else's opinion. This inner assurance creates a gravitational pull that's irresistible to men. I think about the times when you felt truly confident. Maybe it was after achieving a personal goal, acing a challenge, or simply feeling good in your own skin. In those moments, your energy was magnetic because it wasn't tied to external approval. It came from within. That's the kind of confidence that draws him in, the kind that makes him want to know more about you, to uncover the layers of your strength and self-assuredness. What makes confidence so attractive is its contagious nature. When you believe in yourself, you inspire him to do the same. Your calm, assured demeanor becomes a source of comfort and encouragement, especially during times of uncertainty. Imagine this: he's facing a difficult decision, and while he's caught up in doubt, your grounded confidence becomes his anchor. Your belief in your own abilities reminds him to trust in his. Confidence also shows up in the way you communicate. When you're self-assured, you express your thoughts and feelings clearly and without fear of rejection. You're not afraid to share your opinions or stand by your boundaries because you know your worth isn't tied to someone else's approval. This level of self-possession is magnetic because it shows him that you're secure in who you are. But confidence isn't about being arrogant or dismissive of others. True self-confidence is rooted in humility. It's the quiet assurance that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone because you already know your value. This balance between strength and humility creates a sense of approachability that makes men feel drawn to you, not intimidated by you. One of the most powerful aspects of confidence is its ability to turn challenges into opportunities. Life will inevitably throw curveballs, but when you approach them with resilience and grace, you show him that you're not easily shaken. This steadfastness is deeply attractive because it signals emotional stability, a quality men look for in a partner. Here's where Dark Stoic Psychology intertwines beautifully with confidence. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. When you embody this mindset, you're not swayed by external circumstances or other people's opinions. Instead, you remain rooted in your inner strength, navigating life with calm determination. This stoic confidence not only elevates your own life but also makes you someone he admires and respects deeply. Confidence also manifests in the way you carry yourself physically, your posture, the way you walk, and even the way you make eye contact speak volumes about how you see yourself. A confident woman doesn't shrink into the background, she takes up space unapologetically, whether she's in a crowded room or sharing a quiet moment with him. But let's address a common misconception. Confidence isn't something you either have or don't have. It's a skill, one that you can build and strengthen over time. Start by celebrating your strengths and accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Focus on the qualities that make you unique and valuable. And when self-doubt creeps in, remind yourself that you're a work in progress, just like everyone else. Self-confidence also allows you to handle criticism and rejection with grace. Instead of seeing them as personal failures, you view them as opportunities to grow and improve. This resilience is incredibly attractive because it shows him that you're not easily defeated. You face life's challenges head-on with courage and determination. Ultimately, confidence is about being comfortable in your own skin. It's about embracing your flaws and imperfections as part of what makes you beautifully human. When you own who you are, you give him permission to do the same. And in a world where so many people are afraid to show their true selves, your confidence becomes a rare and irresistible quality. As you continue this journey of becoming the most magnetic version of yourself, remember this. Confidence isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about knowing, deep down, that you belong there. And when you carry this belief with you, he won't be able to take his eyes or his heart off you. Now, let's dive into a trait that enhances your presence in ways words can't fully capture. It's time to explore how your creativity and free imagination can make you absolutely unforgettable. 8. Free imagination, creativity that excites. Have you ever been captivated by someone who seems to see the world differently? Someone who brings fresh perspectives, unique ideas, and an endless sense of curiosity to every conversation. That's the power of a free imagination. It's a quality that not only makes you magnetic but also unforgettable. When you cultivate this trait, you become a woman who excites his mind, inspires his soul, and keeps him endlessly intrigued. A free imagination is more than just creativity. It's about versatility in your thinking and the ability to approach life with openness and curiosity. It's what allows you to see possibilities where others see problems, to bring energy and enthusiasm into the most ordinary moments. Imagine being the woman who can turn a quiet evening into a world of discovery, whether through a thought-provoking conversation, a spontaneous adventure, or simply a fresh way of looking at something he thought he already knew. Here's why this trait is so magnetic. Men are drawn to women who challenge them intellectually, who invite them into a space where ideas flow freely and curiosity thrives. When you share your creative thoughts and ideas with him, you're not just engaging his mind, you're creating a connection that's dynamic and alive. Picture this. You're talking about a movie you both watched, and instead of simply saying, "It was good," you dive into the themes, the symbolism, or even how the story relates to your own life experiences. Suddenly, the conversation deepens, and he's not just enjoying your perspective, he's inspired by it. That's the magic of a free imagination. But this trait isn't just about big ideas or intellectual pursuits. It's also about how you navigate life's challenges. A woman with a free imagination doesn't get stuck in rigid thinking or see obstacles as insurmountable. Instead, she explores creative solutions and adapts to change with ease. This adaptability is incredibly attractive because it shows him that you're resourceful, resilient, and open-minded. A free imagination also invites playfulness into your connection. Think about how much joy comes from being around someone who can laugh, dream, and embrace the unexpected. When you're open to new experiences and willing to step outside the box, you create moments of spontaneity and excitement that keep the relationship fresh and vibrant. This trait ties beautifully into the principles of Stoicism. Stoic philosophy encourages us to view life from multiple perspectives, to remain flexible and open to change. By practicing this mindset, you not only cultivate a free imagination, but also a sense of inner peace and adaptability that makes you even more magnetic. So, how do you unleash your free imagination? Start by feeding your curiosity. Read books that challenge your thinking, explore new hobbies, or dive into topics that fascinate you. Share these discoveries with him, not in a way that feels like you're showing off, but in a way that invites him to join your journey of exploration. Another way to embrace this trait is by being willing to express your ideas without fear of judgment. Sometimes the most captivating thoughts come from a place of vulnerability, from daring to say something that might be unconventional or unexpected. When you share these parts of yourself, you not only intrigue him but also create a space where he feels safe to do the same. A free imagination also means embracing the idea that there's always more to learn and discover. This growth mindset keeps you curious and engaged, making every interaction with you feel dynamic and enriching. Whether you're dreaming up future plans together, exploring new interests, or simply imagining what's possible, your creativity adds depth and excitement to your connection. Here's a thought. When was the last time you let your imagination run wild? When you allowed yourself to dream, to explore new ideas, to think beyond the ordinary? The more you cultivate this habit, the more you'll find yourself radiating a sense of wonder and curiosity that's impossible to resist. If you're feeling inspired by this idea and excited to bring out your free imagination, let us know. Like this video and comment number 1 below to share your thoughts. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more insights that will transform the way you connect with him and with yourself. There's no limit to the ways you can captivate him when you embrace the power of your creativity. And as we move forward, let's uncover a trait that will make him feel completely at ease in your presence, drawing him closer in ways he won't even realize. Are you ready? Let's dive into what's next. 9. Well-spoken and articulate, communicating with grace. Have you ever felt mesmerized by someone simply because of the way they spoke? Their words seem to flow effortlessly, their tone calm yet compelling, and their message clear and meaningful. That's the power of being well-spoken and articulate, a quality that creates an undeniable allure. It's not about having the perfect vocabulary or being a flawless public speaker. It's about communicating with authenticity, confidence, and grace. When you speak with clarity and intention, you naturally captivate his attention. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Your words carry weight when they're delivered with thoughtfulness and conviction. A well-spoken woman can turn an ordinary conversation into a meaningful exchange, leaving a lasting impression that lingers in his mind. Think about the times you've been drawn into a conversation that felt engaging, almost magnetic. It likely wasn't because the person used elaborate language or complex ideas. Instead, it was their ability to express themselves in a way that felt real, relatable, and impactful. When you cultivate this ability, you create a space where he feels seen, heard, and understood, a space that he'll want to return to again and again. Being well-spoken also means knowing the power of tone and timing. It's about adjusting your communication to the situation, whether it's offering comfort, sharing excitement, or navigating a disagreement. For example, when he's feeling overwhelmed, your soft and soothing tone can calm his nerves. When he's excited about something, your animated response can amplify his joy. This adaptability shows emotional intelligence, a quality that men find deeply attractive. But there's another layer to being articulate: the ability to listen. A truly magnetic communicator doesn't just speak well, she listens with intention. She picks up on his words, his tone, and even what he's not saying, responding in a way that makes him feel valued. When you respond to what he shares with thoughtful questions or insights, it shows that you're fully engaged. The beauty of being well-spoken is that it doesn't require perfection. In fact, your imperfections can make you even more relatable. If you stumble over a word or lose your train of thought, it's your authenticity in those moments that makes you endearing. What matters most is that your words come from a place of honesty and connection. This quality also ties into the principles of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us the importance of measured speech and mindful communication. When you speak with intention and avoid impulsive or reactive words, you demonstrate a level of self-control that's both admirable and magnetic. Your ability to remain composed, even in challenging conversations, creates a sense of stability and trust in your connection. Being articulate doesn't mean you need to dominate every conversation. Sometimes the most powerful communication happens in the moments of silence between words. A meaningful pause, a shared glance, or even a knowing smile can say more than an entire paragraph. When you combine this with your well-chosen words, your presence becomes unforgettable. Consider how your communication style can reflect your values and personality. Do your words convey kindness, curiosity, and respect? Do they invite him to open up and share his thoughts with you? When your communication is aligned with who you truly are, it becomes a powerful tool for connection. So how can you develop this trait? Start by paying attention to the way you speak. Practice slowing down, choosing your words thoughtfully, and speaking with purpose. Avoid filler words like or like when possible, and instead, embrace moments of silence as opportunities to gather your thoughts. Reading and expanding your knowledge can also enhance your communication skills. The more you learn and experience, the more you have to share in your conversations. But remember, being articulate isn't about showing off. It's about creating a dialogue that feels engaging and meaningful for both of you. Ultimately, being well-spoken and articulate is about more than just talking, it's about connecting. When you communicate with authenticity and grace, you draw him closer, creating a bond that's built on understanding and mutual respect. This trait, when combined with your other magnetic qualities, makes you not only captivating but also deeply unforgettable. As we move forward, let's explore a trait that transcends words altogether. It's about the quiet yet powerful way you inspire and uplift him, becoming a source of strength and motivation in his life. Are you ready to uncover it? Let's continue. 10. Inspiring others. A quiet strength. There's something truly mesmerizing about a woman who doesn't just live her life but inspires others to rise alongside her. Inspiration isn't loud or boastful, it's quiet, steady, and deeply magnetic. When you embody this trait, you become a source of light and strength, not by commanding attention but by leading through your actions and energy. And the beauty of it, you inspire him without even trying. Men are naturally drawn to women who bring out the best in them. When you inspire him, you ignite a spark of ambition, resilience, and self-belief within him. It's not about pushing him to change or pointing out his flaws. It's about showing him what's possible simply by being the best version of yourself. Your presence becomes a reminder that he too can grow, improve, and reach his highest potential. Think about the people who've inspired you in your own life. They likely weren't perfect or overbearing. Instead, their strength came from how they faced challenges with grace, how they stayed true to their values, and how they made you feel capable of more. When you embody this same energy, you create a connection that's not just attractive but deeply meaningful. One of the ways you can inspire him is through your resilience. Life is full of twists and turns, and how you navigate those moments says a lot about who you are. When you face adversity with courage and composure, you show him that you're not easily shaken. This doesn't mean you have to be invulnerable. Far from it. Sharing your struggles and showing him how you overcome them is what makes your strength relatable and real. Dark Stoic Psychology plays a role here. By mastering your inner world, you project a calm and composed energy that he can't help but admire. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, to act with virtue, and to let go of the rest. When you live by these principles, you inspire him to do the same, creating a dynamic of mutual growth and support. Inspiration also comes from how you uplift others. When he sees you encouraging your friends, supporting your family, or chasing your own dreams with passion, he feels a sense of admiration that goes beyond physical attraction. It's the way you make those around you feel valued and empowered that leaves a lasting impression. Here's an example. Imagine you're working on a personal goal, perhaps starting a new career, training for a marathon, or learning a new skill. Your dedication and perseverance in pursuing this goal show him that you're not afraid of challenges. It's not just the achievement itself that inspires him, but the journey you take to get there. Your commitment becomes a quiet nudge, encouraging him to pursue his own aspirations with the same vigor. But inspiring him isn't about being perfect or always having the answers. It's about being authentic. When you share your doubts, your lessons, and your growth along the way, you show him that it's okay to stumble and that strength is found in getting back up. Inspiration can also be as simple as your energy. When you radiate positivity, kindness, and curiosity, you create an environment where he feels safe to be himself. Your belief in his potential can become the catalyst for him to dream bigger and try harder. So, how do you cultivate this trait? Start by focusing on your own growth. Set goals that excite you, embrace challenges that scare you, and surround yourself with people who uplift and motivate you. When you prioritize your personal development, you naturally inspire those around you, including him. Being an inspiration isn't about grand gestures or life-changing moments. It's in the way you live your day-to-day life with intention, passion, and integrity. It's about being someone who not only chases her own dreams, but also believes in the dreams of others. If you're feeling inspired by this journey so far, take a moment to like this video and let us know by commenting number 1 below. Your engagement helps us create content that empowers you to uncover the best version of yourself. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights that will transform the way you connect with him and with yourself. We've now uncovered 10 incredible traits, each building on the last to create a magnetic presence he can't resist. But the final trait, it's the one that ties everything together, amplifying all the others in a way that leaves an unforgettable mark. Stay with me, it's time to unlock the last piece of the puzzle. 11. Knowledgeable and curious. A partner in growth. There's a quiet, powerful allure in being a woman who is deeply curious about the world and constantly expanding her horizons. Knowledge isn't just about being well-read or informed, it's about having an insatiable curiosity, a desire to understand, and a passion for growth. When you embody this trait, you don't just captivate his mind, you challenge and inspire it. A knowledgeable woman doesn't need to know everything. Instead, her magnetism lies in her willingness to learn, her openness to new ideas, and her ability to engage in meaningful conversations. Imagine discussing topics that range from current events to personal passions, from philosophy to shared dreams. These moments create intellectual intimacy, a bond that goes beyond physical attraction. Curiosity is the spark that keeps the connection alive. It shows him that you're not content with staying in one place, that you're always evolving, always reaching for something more. This energy is contagious, drawing him into your world and encouraging him to explore his own growth alongside you. When you're curious, you bring a sense of adventure to the relationship, making every interaction feel fresh and exciting. Knowledge is also a tool for understanding. When you take the time to learn about his interests, his background, or even the nuances of his personality, you demonstrate a deep level of care. For example, if he loves a particular sport or hobby, learning about it, not to impress him, but because it intrigues you, shows him that you value what matters to him. But being knowledgeable isn't just about facts or interests, it's about how you apply what you've learned. This is where Stoicism offers a profound insight. Stoic principles teach us that wisdom is about living virtuously, about taking the knowledge and using it to navigate life with integrity and purpose. When you embody this mindset, you become a woman who not only learns but also leads by example. Curiosity also fosters empathy. By seeking to understand different perspectives, cultures, and experiences, you expand your ability to connect with others on a deeper level. This quality makes you magnetic because it shows him that you're open-minded and inclusive, someone who values diversity in thought and experience. Imagine this scenario. You're both discussing a topic he's passionate about, and instead of nodding passively or changing the subject, you ask insightful questions that deepen the conversation. You bring your own perspective to the table, creating a dialogue that's both enriching and engaging. These moments don't just strengthen your bond, they leave a lasting impression on him. A curious and knowledgeable woman is also unafraid to explore her own passions. Whether it's diving into a subject you love, pursuing a new skill, or setting personal goals, your enthusiasm for growth makes you irresistible. It's not about proving how much you know, it's about sharing your journey and inviting him to share his. Let's not forget the playful side of curiosity. Being open to trying new things, whether it's tasting a new cuisine, exploring a different city, or even learning a new dance together, creates shared experiences that deepen your connection. This sense of adventure shows him that life with you is anything but ordinary. However, knowledge isn't about being perfect or all-knowing. It's about embracing the process of learning, of being open to growth, and of allowing yourself to evolve. This humility makes you approachable and relatable, showing him that you're not afraid to admit when you don't know something, and that you're excited to find out. So, how do you cultivate this trait? Start by following your natural curiosities. Read books, watch documentaries, and engage in conversations that challenge your thinking. Explore topics that interest you and be open to learning from others, including him. Share your discoveries not to impress, but to connect. Being knowledgeable and curious isn't just about attracting him, it's about creating a fulfilling life for yourself. It's about becoming a woman who is constantly growing, exploring, and deepening her understanding of the world. And when you embody this trait, you don't just captivate him, you inspire him to grow alongside you. As we close this journey through the 11 traits of irresistible attraction, remember that each quality we've explored is interconnected. Together they create a magnetic presence that's rooted in authenticity, strength, and growth. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about uncovering and amplifying the best parts of yourself. The journey doesn't end here. Let these traits guide you not just in your relationships but in every aspect of your life. Because when you become the most authentic, confident, and compassionate version of yourself, you don't just attract others, you attract the life you've always wanted. You've just uncovered the 11 traits that make you irresistibly magnetic, qualities that don't just draw him in but create a connection so deep and lasting that it changes the way he sees you and the way you see yourself. These traits are not about playing a part or following a script. They're about unlocking your most authentic, empowered self and letting that brilliance shine in every interaction. Think back over what we've explored together. Authenticity, empathy, thoughtfulness, optimism, honesty, confidence, imagination, eloquence, inspiration, and curiosity. Each of these qualities isn't just attractive, they're transformative. They show you how to not only connect with him on a deeper level, but also elevate your entire approach to relationships and life. The beauty of these traits is that they're not reserved for the chosen few. They're already within you, waiting to be uncovered and nurtured. This isn't about perfection or becoming someone you're not. It's about embracing your strengths, learning from your growth, and stepping into the power of who you truly are. But here's the most important thing. These traits aren't just for him. They're for you. They're the keys to living a life filled with confidence, meaning, and joy. When you embody these qualities, you don't just attract love, you attract respect, admiration, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. So, what's next? Take a moment to reflect. Which of these traits do you feel most connected to right now? Which ones inspire you to grow? The beauty of this journey is that it's uniquely yours. There's no rush, no competition, only a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself, one step at a time. And as you take these steps, know that you're never alone. We're here to support you, inspire you, and guide you every step of the way. If you found value in this exploration, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your insights, and your journey with us. Your voice matters, and your growth is worth celebrating. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. Together, we've uncovered the secrets of Dark Stoic Psychology, the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, and the magnetic qualities that make you truly unforgettable. Here's to your growth, your confidence, and the life you're building, one trait, one moment, and one connection at a time. We'll see you in the next video.